The new education policy of India promises a radical revamp of the education system of India and aims to bring it at par to the educational systems of developed countries around the globe. In this policy, the Government of India aspires to dedicate at least 6% of the GDP on education system in the country, which is presently around 4.4%. While this policy touches upon many aspects starting from the educational framework, school and higher education, teachers' development and training, and changes in the regulatory framework, I focus my discussion on the changes relating to students and parents. So here are the key points of the National Education Policy 2020 relating to school and college students. The key principles of this policy are flexibility for students to choose their learning trajectory and programs, which will further help them in choosing their careers. No hard separations between arts and science, curricular and extracurricular activities, and vocational and academic, making everything an integral part of education. Multidisciplinary and holistic education system which encourages creativity. An engineering student is also encouraged to learn another stream of his liking, such as music. Conceptual understanding instead of rote learning and learning for exams. Equity and inclusion so that no child is left behind. Teachers and faculties at the height of the learning process. The new educational policy is focused on two phases of the education system, school education and higher education. Coming to the school education, there will be a revamp in the school education system from the current 10+2 model to a more holistic 5+3+3+4 model. The first 5 years of a student will be foundational school, that is 3 years of preschool and class 1 and 2. This will cover students of 3 to 8 age group. The model is widely followed by the private schools in the country and is being adopted by the government schools too. The next 3 years, that is age 8 to 11, will be preparatory school from class 3 to 5. The third stage of school will be middle school from class 6 to 8. The final level will be high school, that is from class 8 to 12 divided into two sub-phases. The first phase will be from class 9 to 10 and the second phase will be from class 11 to 12. Under this model, students aged 3 years will enter schools and finish when they are of 18 years of age. There is also a revamp in the teaching system being promised under this policy. Early Childhood Care and Education, or ECCE, is becoming mandatory. This covers play school, nursery, Anganwadis and Balvatikas. Also, rather than every year, exams will be only held in class 3, 5, 8 and then board exams in class 10 and 12. The medium of instruction will be in mother tongue or in regional language, at least till class 5. Curriculum content will be reduced in each subject to its core essentials to make space for critical thinking, discussion based and analysis based learning. Students in secondary schools will be given choice of subjects such as physical education, arts and crafts in addition to mandatory subjects. Sanskrit will be offered to students at all levels of the schooling system. Other classical languages as Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Odia, Pali, Prakrit, etc. will be offered possibly through online medium. All students in government and private schools will have the option of learning a classical language at least 2 years, sometime in class 6 to 12. Foreign languages will also be offered to students at secondary level. Indian Sign Language will also be standardized across the country. In addition, every student will take a 1-year fun course during class 6 to 8 on subjects like carpentry, electric work, metal work, gardening, pottery making, etc. The aim of the Indian government through this policy is that every child learns at least one vocation and is exposed to several more vocations. Non-board and board exams will shift from a rote learning practice to a more competency, critical thinking, analysis and skill set testing exercise. Students will also be able to choose many subjects for their board exams. They will also be allowed to take 2 board exams in a year if they are not satisfied with their results in the first board exam. The higher education, that is college and university education, will also be revamped to bring India's education to a modern standard across the globe. Higher education too will emphasize lesser on rote learning and more on communication, discussion, debate, research and opportunities for cross-disciplinary and interdisciplinary thinking. Integration of vocational education will also be there in higher education. A student of engineering can also take up subjects like music, arts, or even history and literature. Under this policy, the undergraduate degree will be of either 3 or 4 years duration, and multiple exit options will be available for student in undergraduate degrees. If a student exits in first year, he will be awarded a certificate. If he or she exits in second year, then a diploma. Student completing 3 years course will get a degree, and 4-year course with research will get a bachelor degree with research. A 4-year bachelor's degree with multidisciplinary education will be the preferred option. Students exiting the course in between due to any unforeseen circumstance will be offered to rejoin within a stipulated period. Their credits in the previous years will be carried forward to enable this. This practice of the credit system is followed in many developed countries across the world. In addition, a national research foundation will be set up to facilitate funding and support for research in higher institutes. All regulators like UGC, AICTE, etc. will be consolidated into a single regulator for higher education. So these are the key points of the new education policy which relates to students. It is not that all of these will be effective immediately from today, but rather timelines have been provided by the Government of India, within which it will fulfill the promises of the policy. Let me know what you think of this policy by the Indian government. Will it help in reforming and modernizing the country's education system, or is it insufficient to create the leaders of tomorrow who will lead India in its objective of becoming a global superpower? For more analysis and discussion on current affairs, please consider subscribing to my channel. I bring topics on a weekly basis in English and primarily in Hindi. Have a fantastic day.